This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
Y'all,
This
just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Thursday, everybody.
No.
What am I talking about, dude?
No.
Happy Tuesday. What an idiot. What an idiot.
You were
No,
just
Jeff,
really trying to
you
speed
got
up.
the
Oh, my
first.
God.
You got the first letter right. That counts in my book.
No, it doesn't, Al.
Yes, it does, because-
That's like calling you Armand.
No.
Because I got
but
A right.
If he called me Talbert, I'd be like, hey, he got most of it.
Wow.
Yeah. See, Jeff, I'm on your side no
Thanks,
matter what.
buddy. I
Thanks,
love you.
Talbert.
There we
I don't know why I said that. I don't know why
Thursday.
in the world I said. We don't have a story about Thursday.
Is there something you're thinking about on Thursday?
Is football starting?
Thursday Night Football?
There we go.
Well, we do have a show on Thursday.
Oh, there you go. It's a subconscious
Yes,
plug.
that people can go and watch virtually at moment.co/comebacktv.
See, that wasn't
America's
set up.
so
It was
good.
just subconscious.
That's what it was, Jeff.
All right, let's get to some stories. Matthew Perry's friends are reportedly saying that they were sad he was surrounded by enablers during the final days of his life. Matthew, of course, died from drowning last October after being injected with the lethal amounts of ketamine. People magazine reports that his friends would have tried to help him if he had reached out. As we talked about, 5 people were charged in connection with his death, including 2 doctors who supplied him with ketamine. They are no longer able to prescribe medications, but guess what? They're both still licensed.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Matthew's assistant, who shot him up with ketamine 3 times the day he died, told officials he found Matthew Perry unconscious at his home at least 2 different times in the days leading up to his death. So why not give him a triple dose? This whole thing is a little ridiculous when you look into it, and not on all sides.
Yeah, you know, it's hard because anytime you are around someone, especially when you're friends with someone who is spinning out due to a drug addiction or, you know, like a toxic cycle or something, it's very difficult to be there as a voice of reason because that's the first person who gets pushed out. Because no one wants to take accountability for where they are. They don't want to be around people who are going to try to offer them help. They want to be around people who are going to enable the behavior. So it's difficult when someone that you love is like spinning out in front of you because they're generally, a lot of times, you're the last person that they want to be around.
Erica, I mean, you take somebody you love and you're talking about it from a friendship standpoint. Let's take that same relationship and look at it from a workplace standpoint. If you're the assistant, what are you going to say? Nah? Are you done in the Hollywood Hills? Do you know what kind of access you get being Matthew Perry's assistant? Do you know the people you know, the parties you get to go to, the lifestyle that what are you going to stand up, Jeff, and then head on back down the hill and see what's cracking in Van Nuys?
No, I hear what you're
know,
saying, man.
and
But
it's
3 times
Jeff,
in one day, that's
if
like...
he had wanted, it's the same with Michael Jackson's daughter. Doctor, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
But when you don't have options, and your one option is not only your financial lifeline, but really your access to this world that you would never have access to, lifeline, to cut that off, that's your umbilical cord to everything. So we have to look at this in a way that, let's be honest, your financial situation has a lot to do with the decisions you make, the things that you can pass up and the things that you have to do. I'm sure he wasn't super pumped about that, but I think he had to do it. And if he wanted 4, he would have gotten 4, Tori, because when you have money and fame like that, you can get whatever you want.
I hear you, but I also kind of hear Jeff a little bit. Like, if he was unconscious 2 times before, I understand that you're worried about your job, but are you also not worried about, like, murdering someone? Like, the death of Matthew Perry has to hang somewhere around that in some capacity.
He's got to know, like, this guy's going to die.
Yeah, he apparently
and I'm not going to be the one who
to do it,
shoots him
right?
up.
Like,
Yeah.
he allegedly seized at one point when they gave it to him. At some point, you've got to worry about your own culpability. You're not a doctor, and you're injecting someone, and they've already gone unconscious. I also think, I don't know. I know people deep in addictions in which friends continually tried to reach out, and I'm wondering, did people give up? Did people just give up on him because he had all the money and he was going to do it anyway? But do you give up on someone?
Are you ready for a difficult answer? Because
Yeah.
I know somebody that knows him quite well, and that's as far as I'll go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be-
I think
yeah.
so,
Be-
too.
There's a point, Jeff.
Yeah.
And this is from this person's mouth that somebody's gone. And they told
Too
me
far
this
out, right?
years and years and years ago.
Well, you also
So-
do have to give up for your own sanity.
You're right.
Yes.
And also your own well-being. Like, there's friends that I grew up with that fell into addiction, and I cut ties at the
Yeah.
time. But now having a family, you're not coming into my house.
No, there's
I'm not
boundaries.
Everyone has this grandiose idea, like, let's all help the homeless and you're not doing anything. That's just big talk. I'm not inviting a drug addict into my home with my 5- and 7-year-old. I want to help. I hope they get help, but it can't be from me. I can't have that pressure and whatever that comes along with it.
That's
Right.
part of it all. too.
Yeah.
All of that is.
So saying that I wish I was there to help him, I don't know, it just seems like big words to me. If you really wanted to help, you go help.
Every story you hear, it's about somebody's rock bottom, Erica, and it's got to be a choice that you make. When I started
Right.
drinking, it was a choice I made.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry. I hope we're not sounding like obtuse up here.
No, I feel like I've known and loved many people with addictions, to be quite honest, and some of them lost their lives because of it. And you think about like all of the times, like there were times where there's like this fork in the road, and I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's wrong for someone to say, I wish that he would have been in a place to ask for my help, or I wish that I could have done something more, because at the end of the day, that could be very true. That could be something that you wish would have happened, but it just never got to the point where you were able to get back in there. Because sometimes when people push you out, they really
they
push
want you out.
Oh, I get it. I think everyone on this panel and everyone at home could relate in some sort of way, not on a Matthew Perry level, but in some sort of way.
Absolutely.
All right, next story. Clueless star Alicia Silverstone has her fans worried. She posted a video on TikTok after she came across a tomato-like plant in England. Let's watch.
Okay, I've discovered something that I can't figure out what it is, and I need your help. I just bit into it because it was on the street, and we were discussing whether this was a tomato or not.
So what the heck is this? Because when you open it up, it looks like that.
And if I bite it, I don't think you're supposed to eat this. But it's almost like a pepper. Does anyone know what this is? I don't know what it is. I need someone to tell me. I'm in England.
Just because you're in England, you don't have to say tomato.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Yeah.
All right, anyways, fans called her out in the comment section and scolded her for eating a random berry from someone's garden off the street. Others identified it as a Jerusalem cherry, which are poisonous if you eat them. As of this taping, she hasn't posted any follow-up videos. So we're not sure of Alicia and her tomato.
Was she clueless about it? Okay. All right.
She had to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was, but what didn't have to happen is for her to eat a random street berry.
No.
You don't test things by eating them, Erica.
I agree.
That's what literally 6 and 8 and 12-month-olds do. Yeah. And as a parent, you constantly have heart attacks because they're putting anything in their mouth that they find, because that's how they test things. She's too old to be doing that. That's super dangerous.
Well, it's also on the street where, you know, dogs have contests about how far they can reach when they're stopping by on those fences. So you're just grabbing something,
Dude.
and putting it in your mouth. Like, I mean,
yeah.
Not great.
I'm not going to try to make sense out of nonsense. I do hope that she's okay.
Yeah. I ate a tomato while I was growing. It was quite bitter. It wasn't red. It was orange. I thought they stopped at orange. They go to red.
I'm so like weird about the grocery store. I don't even eat fruit that comes off the tree. I want it packaged. I want a sticker on it.
We could have stopped like 30 seconds.
I know.
Coming up on DBL, Chappell Roan is talking about her rise. What? Oh, Chappell?
Yeah.
Whatever. This girl's coming up here. She's got a crazy story. Stick around.
She's the best. I'm obsessed with her.
Welcome back to DBL. That was Chappell Roan's hit song, even though she spells her name exactly like Dave Chappelle. Hot to Go. She's been blowing up all over the music charts, but is the fame getting to her? She recently posted a video calling out her invasive fans like Tori. Watch.
I don't care that abuse and harassment, stalking, whatever, is a normal thing to do to people who are famous or a little famous, whatever. I don't give a if you think it's selfish of me to say no for a photo or for your time or for a hug. That's not normal. That's weird. It's weird how people think that you know a person just because you see them online or you listen to the art they make. That's weird. I'm allowed to say no to creepy behavior.
Al, I thought about you, man, when I was watching that.
Yeah.
Does that ring true to you at all? But you're a loving guy. You're a hugger, too.
I really...
But that has to speak. You've said stuff like that where it is weird to think you know the person and run up and hug them. That is a generational difference. She's making a line in the sand saying, I'm not comfortable with this.
Well, I mean, if you saw how people reacted to Michael Jackson in the 80s, the Beatles, people take your music and your art and they internalize it and they feel like it speaks for them, and they followed you so much they do feel like they know you, big brother down there. I'm sure people, I've had it a lot with stand-up, just from talking to people for 60 minutes, they say really personal things to you afterwards. And so when I looked at that clip, I was like, both can be true. Yes, it is a little weird, but she has to understand that this is what she signed up for. It doesn't make any sense, but it also doesn't make any sense that you were a relative nobody 6 months ago, and now we're talking about you on DBL.
Yeah, I think
both can be true.
I think it's really cool that she said it. Let me show you guys a picture. This is Chappell Roan. I've become a huge fan thanks to Kelly Schuberth, but everything about her, I love. Adele just said she spoke to her. This is her crowd at Lollapalooza. It broke all the records. It went way over capacity, and she has gone enormously skyrocketed very quickly. But I like the idea that this generation says, when I say no, I don't want to be invaded, that means no. I kind of dig that about a new celebrity. Am I being selfish?
Some presidential candidates could use that picture right there.
That's her kind of Beatlemania.
Yeah, I love that for her. I just think about being in radio and seeing people who are new rise really fast, get these huge crowds, and then they're like, really needing that the next year.
I see.
And that's what my fear is by being so public with the angst about it. I'm not saying she doesn't have a right to feel that
I had that thought,
But that is my feeling, like, okay, but now you kind of have to sit with that if things don't continue to rise.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, talk to me in 10 years when nobody wants to talk to you.
Right.
And you're eating cherries in London and calling them tomatoes. Yeah. All right, we'll be right back.
Welcome back. We all know dating can be complicated at any age, but Tina Pemberton is using social media to give her hilariously real reaction to dating later in life. Earlier, we spoke with her all about it. Take a look.
Tina Pemberton,
Yes.
welcome to DBL. Yes, Tina.
Tina, you decided to document dating in your 60s, but is it really that different than dating at any other age? You tell us.
Absolutely not. Well, 60s, it was like my really late 60s I've started documenting this. I mean, I'm 70 in 2 months' time. So it's like really late. It's no different from being in your 20s. That's what's so incredible. Men still play games. In fact, the older men play more games than the younger men. That is unbelievable. And when I go out with someone, I still feel like I'm a teenager when I go out. You know, I get the butterflies if there's someone I'm really excited about meeting. All those feelings that you have when you're 20 are still the same when you're in your late 60s. Nothing changes.
I love how you're putting this out there, especially when you're speaking to your younger self, because I think that so many of us ignore where we are right now. We're so not present that a lot of us could have a talking to with our younger selves. It reminds us to be a little bit more present. So let me ask you a question I wouldn't ask anybody else ever. Have you ever been married?
I was married for over 30 years. And yeah, it was a good marriage, actually. I just got to a point when I felt that I wanted something more exciting in my life. And I just thought if I don't do it now, it's never going to happen. And I was very brave and I left and came to London as I was living in the country and decided I was going to just start living my life.
My God. Tina, you and I, we have the same wavelength. I'm in love with you. What is the best date you've ever gone on so far? Talk to us about it.
Well, you're not going to believe this, but he was an American.
Shout out.
An American living in Amsterdam. And we found each other on Bumble and we started talking for a couple of weeks on the phone and really got on well. And then he came to London to meet me and I have never been so excited. I really thought this was going to work. He was extremely handsome and actually in his early 70s and very well kept. So, you know, it does happen.
Go, Tina.
Yeah, but the problem was, you know, well, it wasn't a problem to begin with. I was, you know, usually when you meet someone, you're very disappointed, but this was not a disappointment at all. And then we had dinner together and I accidentally dropped a scallop on his very clean trousers because I was trying to get him to try my dish and he didn't say anything, but I could tell he wasn't well pleased. Then he started to ask me what my 5-year plan was. I mean, do you have a 5-year plan when you're 69? I mean, this is crazy.
It should include scallops.
I take each day as it comes. I don't think he liked that. I think he wanted more of a plan. So sadly, at the end, although it was the best date to start with, it didn't end up the best date. I'm so sorry.
Well, I got to ask this. We only have 30 seconds left, but we need to hear the answer to this. What would you say to other women taking the leap into the dating world later in life?
Don't listen to all the people that tell you that you can't do it. Don't listen to people that say you're too old. I've had trolls come back to me saying, hey, Grandma, go to the bingo hall. Stop doing all this dating. And one person came back to me on my TikTok account and said, how yucks to be able to just, you know, having your two bodies just being like together. That is so disgusting at your age. And I went back to her and said, look, you know, you don't see the wrinkles when you're lying down. I just feel the twinkles.
Tina, we love you. Thank you for joining us. To our audience, you can keep up with Tina on her TikTok at Tina Goes Dating. Thank you again, Tina. Yes, we'll be right back.
That is an instant
Great
follow.
job. Yes, great line.
welcome back. We've got some great products from our friends at Morning Save. Check them out.
All right, what do you have for us today, Steph? Let's shop.
First up, we've got the 2-pack Sharper Image by Vornado Axis 12 Air Bar USB desktop fans. It has a 360-degree pivoting head, 3 speed controls, and an energy-efficient motor. We've seen these priced as high as $30 each.
Okay.
We have got this 2-pack for $29.99. You know, guys, that's saving you 50%.
That's half off, you guys. And if you have a hot laptop or if you have a hot computer or an iPad, this will give you the air you need easily.
Up next, we have got the Art & Cook 3-in-1 breakfast maker. And with this, you can make your coffee, your toast, your bread, prepare all your favorite sides, all at the same time.
This is incredible.
So this is perfect if you have a small kitchen or for anyone who's looking to streamline their breakfast preparation.
Yes.
So you know what? This has been priced up to $150.
I could see that.
We've got it for just $29.99. That is saving 80%.
If y'all have a small railroad kind of apartment or a small house, this is excellent for you.
And then next up, we've got the Hercules Tough Charging Station. This still includes 1 charging station, which can charge up to 6 devices at once, and it's up to 58% faster than standard 1 amp chargers.
Oh.
Now, we've seen this price as high as $35.
Come on, Morning Save.
However, we've got it for $14.99. That is saving 57%.
Large families, no worries. You have it all. It's a good price and no tangled cords.
And then last but not least today, we've got the Make Lemonade Shiatsu Air Foot Massager with heat.
Ooh.
It's got air compression, shiatsu massage, and heat, which can be used separately or combined for a custom massage experience.
This is amazing.
Now, this has been priced up to $150.
I mean, I could see that, right?
We've got it for $49.99. That is saving 67%.
Head on over to morningsave.com to snag all these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can even scan the QR code on screen to take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Thank you so much, Steph.
You know what, that little power station
Yes.
with all the different cords? Sneaky great product.
It is
Get
a
your
sneaky-
hands on that. We use it all the time.
I just leave it plugged in. Just take the cord, pop it in, I'm out and done.
You mean you're explaining how to plug things in?
Yeah, you want to push it in, not pull it out.
But who wouldn't plug it in?
I'm just saying it's easy if you keep
It
it
has
plugged in.
no value if it's not plugged in.
Just saying, just don't.
If you guys brush your teeth, make sure you brush them.
With toothpaste.
There you go. See you tomorrow.